welcome to the 2014 Yamaha Australian 4-Day Enduro here in Dungog, New South Wales. Let me just run through exactly how an Australian 4-Day Enduro works. Obviously, riders race for 4 days, and the whole idea of this event is man and machine against the elements. In an event such as the Australian 4-Day Enduro, mechanics are only allowed to hand riders tools. They can pump up tyres, fill the bike up with fuel, but that is it. When it comes down to it, if there's anything wrong with the machine, it is up to the rider to be able to fix their bike to continue the event. So you really have to be just as good mechanically as you are a rider to complete this course. A 4-Day Enduro starts on a Tuesday with a prologue day where riders go out for a short trail section, then they do one special test, a sprint lap around one loop, usually about 4 to 5 minutes long. That gives our riders their seating order for the entire event. Then on Wednesday they'll kick off day one, 200 kilometres plus per day, 6 to 7 hours on the bike. It's a very tough day. They have section times, very much like a rally, where they have to complete certain sections of trail in a set amount of time, and then they have to race through special tests throughout the day. These special tests are just a sprint loop, usually 6 to 12 minutes long, and they'll complete about 10 of them a day at maximum, and at least 7 per day. The A4DE is just a shortened version of the international 6-day Enduros. At the moment we have some of the best riders in the world here in Australia with the likes of Daniel Milner, Toby Price, Josh Strang and Chris Hollis. These guys on an international scale are the best in the world. So it's great to be able to see these guys battling it out and knowing that Australia has the best riders on offer.
Look, you just want more!
At the start of each day, riders are given a time card and they're given a schedule, and it shows them exactly what minute they are to leave Parc Fermé in the morning. Riders leave first thing at 7:30 AM and they leave 3 riders per minute. On that schedule, it has a time for every rider and each control that they should be at, and the idea is that a rider has to stay on their minute, not to lose any time. You can never creep forward, so if you pull into a control and you've got 5 minutes up your sleeve before you're due in, you get to have a break, bit of a drink, look over your bike and see that it's all holding together after the day's riding, and then leave on your minute. The idea is not to lose time. If riders go in 5 minutes late, then they get 5 minutes put on top of their special test time. So obviously 5 minutes is a long way to be able to pull back in, and you do not want to be losing any time. A day at the 4-Day is broken up into special tests and trail time. Trail time is a section of trail that will be no longer than 60 kilometres long, and there will be a checkpoint at each end where you can refuel. You have to complete each trail section in its specified time. Each specified time is different to the other, and they are usually set between controls where they'll be fuel controls so that you can fuel up at no more than 60 kilometres apart. Now these trail times you have to pull in at least on your minute, if not before. If you are late, that is when you get time added to your overall score for the event. The final day is what we call the final moto. There's a short trail section before, maximum of about an hour's time, and then we go into a final moto where the bikes are impounded before this final moto, and it is a motocross type race. The start gate, just like a motocross event, is at least 2 kilometres long, and the race will go for minimum 10 minutes in time. Well, there you go. Hopefully that gives you an insight into how the Australian 4-Day Enduro works. We're hoping to see all you weekend warriors out there in Tasmania for next year's Australian 4-Day Enduro in October.